All right. That's gonna be good. How you guys doing? My name is Micah David. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. So recently I shot a project of Elvis.
There you go.
It sounds very random, but the project was actually pretty fun. Today I just want to go through it with you. I want to talk about the planning of it. I want to talk about how the actual shoot went, the making of it, and yeah, see what you guys can pick up from it.
Holding hands, I want you to think back to that day when you first met.
This all started when Jason reached out to me. Who is Jason, you may ask? Jason is my co-worker. I film weddings. Jason works as an Elvis there. I live in Vegas. That's all you need to know. So he was working on a album. He was working on an album release party. And so this was something he wanted to show there. He wanted to show his appreciation. So really put on something big. So I want to talk about the making of it, but there wasn't any Milanote board that I did for it. All of this was kind of over text, and also because I didn't really know what we were doing. I didn't know what this project was until the day of the shoot. First time, I thought it was like a music video. Second time around, I thought it was like he was actually going to marry some people or do like a mock marriage thing, but it wasn't that. We get there, I'm there with a photographer. I'm like, do you know what we're doing? She's like, no clue. So yeah, pretty much the whole day, that day, I was just filming some clips of him. And then we went to this place. I filmed some more clips. Then we went next to Fremont Street. That's where we did the mock-up wedding. The photographer was taking photos of him. So I was just getting different clips, different angles, different compositions of just him posing for these photos and kind of like the BTS, but more cinematic. So then after that, when we're done at Fremont, because that was the last location, what I got here was just like a whole bunch of different clips, the different BTS clips, everything. I think we should get together another time so we can film like an interview, talking head type part, and we can actually put a story with these clips. Doing that run and gun thing, that was fun. But I think a better part was filming at this other location, doing the interview talking head portion, because that was where I was able to set up lights, set up this and that and everything.
So this is the Say I Do wedding chapel. This is where it all happens.
So this was at a friend's location. One of my coworkers, or both of my coworkers, actually left where I was working and they went to go start their own chapel. So we reached out to them. Jason reached out to them, and fortunately we were able to get access to there, also because they needed the exposure too. It was a beautiful, wonderful place. They were more than willing to us being able to film there. We got there, I brought 3 of my lights. I had my Nanlite FS300B, but I forgot the cable at Micah's house, so I couldn't use my FS300B. So I had to rely on my 2 GVM P80S. I couldn't bounce it. There wasn't enough power for that because it's only 80 watts. So we had a main key light on his face, and this was coming from this direction. So our GVM P80S2 was our key with some bleached muslin. With that, we also had this window light coming in, and it was kind of getting like this hair light and also on his cheek here. I kind of wanted to take that out a bit or not have it, because as you can see, it kind of comes up all the way up here. And I didn't want to have it do too much because I wanted to kind of keep it as a hair light. So I also brought out some neg. So the neg was like right up against the bleached muslin. So that was to take off so much of the light, almost like how it is right here. As you can see, this window is lighting me from behind, and it's also getting some of this right here on my cheek, but I don't want it to be doing too much. So it's not coming all the way up here, and I'm taking off some of this contrast that I'm getting. We had the microphone was like right above here on this side. And yeah, that was the setup. I moved these props over here as well. I made sure to get these flowers in there and this vase, and also this table too. I moved over here with this book, so I can get some props so we can have something in the background. Yeah, this was the setup, and I think I cut it off here, but if you're to go up, there will be their sign, the Say I Do wedding chapel. One very important mistake that I made that you can't really see now is that the shades. So you've seen the reflection of the lighting setup on his shades. So that was bad. So I had to kind of key mask that all out in DaVinci. I was gonna give up. I really was gonna give up. During that interview shot, I had a couple questions for Jason to answer, but fortunately enough, he talked about everything. Like, I didn't even have to ask questions. He wiped out more than half of my questions. I only asked him like 2 questions. It ended up being like 48 minutes of runtime with the video. When we put it in the edit, how do I know what to choose? How do I know what to get from that interview? How do I know what can contribute to the story? Work smarter, not harder. The smarter way of working about it, which I believe is the smarter way, and how I did it, is I put it into ChatGPT. I tell it, summarize the thing, give me the bullet points, what was talked about, da 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 da, and it'll tell me he talked about this, Jason was this, and everything. I'm like, okay, take this bullet point, take this bullet point, it's gonna go after this one, put it in synchronous order. This is our story. Now I just need to translate this over into the timeline. We're gonna take these parts. This is when he talked about this. This is when he talked about that. Put them all together. Sometimes I'll remember some things. I'm like, oh yeah, wasn't there a part where he said this? Grab that, put that squeezed in between. That's how I got my story. Slap the clips that I got on day 1 as B-roll on top of that. I texted Jason, I'm like, hey, something that will really amplify the story would be if you have any clips of your childhood, send photos of your kids, send photos of you singing with your brothers. Now, I did include the BTS clips that I had of him. I included those as a divider for each chapter or each topic. Let's say he talks about his kid and he talks about his girlfriend. To separate those two, I won't just use a J cut, create some space in between those, some time, so I can include those BTS shots and then have some music, some Elvis music under there, and that would be a divider, almost like how I do my YouTube videos, like something to keep hooking in the audience. Split it up, create some space, add some footage in there, create some music, wake people up. So if I can tell you guys any tips, I'll just show you what my board looked like from Illinois. It wasn't much of a board. This is all I had, right? The interview questions and what to remind Jason as he's speaking or before he starts speaking. Give them the reminders. If they're a person that's not like Jason, have those questions ready. Give them the reminders to restate the question and everything. That'll definitely give you something. And also I want to let you know of the access when filming interview talking heads like this one. Here, I'll just diagram it out. Okay, so here's our person and the camera is right here. And so our subject should be facing, like looking like right here. So this is the axis. That line there is the axis. So we're getting that side view, you know, they're like speaking like this and everything. You're getting that side view of them and it looks kind of cool. But what we have to remember is when we're getting second angles, don't jump that axis. Stay on this side of the axis, because when you jump sides, it could look off. It could look off more than if you were to stay on your side. Stay on your side. I learned that from Mark Bone. Thanks, Mark. And so when talking about with this composition, it's more of a creative choice. How far do you want to go? Do you want to go straight in front? Do you want to go to the side? Do you want to go far side? Some people like putting people off center left. I don't really like that. I kind of like putting them in like the middle center left. But overall, this project was really fun. Jason was really fun. He took me out to eat afterwards. I didn't usually do that. But this project is one of the prime reasons why I want to do more solo projects by myself. I didn't need a big crew for this, and I still had fun. It still came out like I wanted, and it just inspires me. Yes, there are some times where you need a big crew. If you want to build something big and make it look pretty and have that experience of working with a crew, but there's also some times when you should be doing solo projects. Get some solo projects under your belt, get some more experience. For me, I just enjoy them sometime, and I think it's an efficient way to get more work under your belt. It's an efficient way to like really practice, figure out what it is that you really like to do and your style and things like that. And thank you, Jason, for bringing me along to help you capture your vision. He said he almost cried. That's how you know I did my job. And it was definitely a real adventure going through these photos and putting them here, figuring out where to put what, but also along the way hearing your journey. And of course, you can check out the full video on my website. I'll leave a link in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.
Behind the scenes. Micah spent 6 months in Naples following the Elvis plot.